Hey everyone, welcome back to Hit Wicket. So today we're going to do a review on the first day of the third test between India and England, and what a day it was. I don't think anyone predicted that when Kohli decided to bat first on a deck that looked alright to bat, and England proved later on that it was. But what a day for England, and what a day for the bowlers. Bowling India out for 78, who would have thought? Anderson with an outstanding opening spell. I actually cut the spell on TikTok, and I'll leave a link in the description, but it was one of the best spells I've seen in a while, that opening spell. 3 for 6 off 8 overs. Nicking off Rahul in the first over just set the tone. And then he was all over Pujara, and then he was bowling immaculate thanks to Kohli, and Kohli's ego then got better of him and he nicked off as well. Then it was left to the rest of them. They all chipped in really. Overton got 3, Sam Curran got 2, and Robinson also got 2. He got Punt and Rahane just before lunch. That was the only little partnership which seemed like India might get back into it when Rahane and Rohit were at the crease. But then Rahane got out just before lunch, and after lunch it was just a recession. I mean, they lost 4 for none in the space of 2 overs or something like that. It was crazy. And a lot of people were saying before this game that India bottom 4, like, we know they performed at Lords and it was really good from them, but there's just a real chance that they could just roll right through them, and that's what happened today. It was it's like duck, and I think the bottom 2 scored a couple, but yeah, they just ran right through that tail. And it's dangerous having 4 number 11s in a side, and that was shown today. England really exploited it really well. Then yeah, that was 78 all out after about 40 overs as well. After, yeah, an amazing display of bowling from all of them. And then you go on to England, who batted, and at the end of the day, none for 120. Hameed looked really good. He was hitting quite a few boundaries. I think he hit 12 boundaries and he's 60. And Rory Burns is also on 50 odd not out. He looked pretty solid too. There were a couple of chances in between, but India, there was some piece of fielding which were pretty poor. Catches were dropped. It was all over the shop. I think this is the worst possible day that India could have had. Rohit Sharma dropped a catch, who really rarely drops one. Jadeja did a misfield on one which he would never do, like, ever again probably. But it just summed up India's day. I mean, England bowled outstandingly well, and England batted really sensibly. There wasn't much movement on offer for the Indian bowlers compared to the England bowlers as well. But what a day. I mean, summed up by Anderson's opening spell. I mean, 39 years old, and he's still bowling that well. It's a real asset to the game. And he is a true legend. Could well go past Shane Warne if he keeps playing. He could still be bowling when he's 45, who knows. The way he's going, he doesn't look to age at all. But yeah, it's been brilliant. And England have shown true character in a fight. So it'll be interesting to see on day 2 in the coming days. Can India fight back? Can they find that inner strength that they did at Lords on day 5 to come back and really roll back into this game? Because another thing is that this game, there was no words exchanged between England and India. England were just all over them. They just outperformed them in the cricket aspect. While in the last game, England lost the plot a bit with the fighting, and India always seemed to play better when there's like a fight going on, because they really gelled together and take down the opposition. While they looked a bit all at sea today, because they were outskilled, and England weren't saying anything to them either for them to like gel together and fight. But Kohli's captaincy is going to be tested here, where he has to try and find that inner strength from the bowlers and really G them up leading into day 2. If they can somehow roll England for maybe 200, if possible, maybe 250 at the max, then they still have a slight chance. Again, they'll have to bat really well in the second day. They'll have to get 350, maybe 400. But if they can somehow roll them for 200, there's still a game on here. But England have all the cards in their hand. If these two go on and one of them gets 100, I think it's game over. It's been brilliant batting. Everything that could go right went right for England, and they'll be looking forward to a great day too. So I hope you enjoyed my review. Let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen on day 2, and what you thought of day 1 and India's collapse. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.